Hey guys, so I am back. I am going to try to do 2 videos a week, but it's looking more like 1 video a week. Um, my job offer, the work from home, really good pay one, fell through, so I'm back on the job hunt. I'm not entirely sure that it was like legit. They interviewed me through Google Hangouts. I was emailing somebody with a Gmail account rather than um, somebody with an email address specific to the company. I'd never gotten any phone calls. They hadn't really even checked my references, I don't think. So I got out of that as quickly as I could before it went any further. So, yeah, I'm back on the job hunt again. Not enjoying it, but, I kind of have to be because I have a student loan from a degree that I didn't finish. I was planning on being a middle school and high school English teacher, but with the colitis and some other stuff, I ended up getting put on academic probation twice, and the college that I was attending denied my appeal, and I appealed twice. So, yeah. And the second time I actually had documentation from my doctor. Um, So this is actually a book haul video for July. I bought a total of 12 books in July. So I'm going to go on and get started on that. So the first book I bought is The Light We Lost. Um, at first I wasn't entirely sure I was going to enjoy it. It did read pretty fast, so it had that going for it. But it's basically about these two people. They meet in college on September 11th and decide that they want to actually do something that is going to make a difference in the world. And unfortunately for them, it means having to go separate ways, and um, it's just their story. Um, I didn't particularly like it until the last, I want to say 100 pages. It's not particularly long. The font size is actually kind of small, but hang on. Like, this is what print looks like. So, yeah. It did read fast. I liked that. Um, I liked the voice of the character Lucy. Um, I did get irritated with her, but still. So there's that one. Alright, so my next book is The Recipe Box. Um, it is about a girl who grew up in northern Michigan. She had dreams of being this like world-renowned chef just about. And things don't go as planned. She ends up being a sous chef at a reality stars restaurant in New York. She decides that that's not what she wants to do. So she goes home to try and regroup, decide what she wants to do. And she grew up at a apple, or not an apple orchard, but an orchard, so lots of fruit trees around. And her family ran a pie shop, which is where she first started um, to love to cook and bake. And it's as she's going through her family's recipes that she really gets to know her mother and grandmother and just the women in her family. And so I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. I like to cook, I like to bake. I will pick that up and pay for it and one day read it. So that is on my TBR list for August, I think. The next book is Every Heart a Doorway. It's not particularly long. I think it's definitely under 200 pages. It is 169 pages. And the description is, children have always disappeared under the right conditions, slipping through the shadows under a bed or at the back of a wardrobe, tumbling down rabbit holes and into old wells and emerging somewhere else. But the magical lands have little need for used up miracle children. So, I'm not entirely sure what this book is really about. I know what it's basically about, but it's like, I can't describe it. I had watched some other booktube videos, and the booktubers had talked about this book, so I thought, oh, I'll get it, I'll read it, and so I'm slowly working my way towards that. This was going to be book number 7 for my Booktubeathon TBR, but life was just a little bit busier than I originally intended, so yeah. I'm going to definitely be reading this soon, especially with as short as it is. The next book is the Lost 4 Words Bookshop. I like the bookstore type story. The main character in this one prefers books to people, as I do. If you look carefully, you might glimpse the first lines of the novel she loves most tattooed on her skin. But there are some things Loveday will never show you. Into her refuge, the bookstore where she works, come a poet, a lover, a friend, and 3 mysterious deliveries, each of which stirs unsettling memories. Like, that alone makes this seem like a very interesting book. So, yeah. In the month of July, I just kind of couldn't stop buying books. So between Amazon and the bookstore, yeah. And another book about a bookstore, the bookshop at Water's Edge, or Water's End. I kept wanting to call it Water's Edge, but it's Water's End. This one seems like a bit of a mystery at first, and then, like, if this was a movie, it would definitely be a chick flick. So I thought, oh, it's not that expensive. I'll go on and pick it up, and so yeah. Next book is The Cruel Prince, which this one has been talked about here on BookTube as well, so I'm not entirely going to go into a description of the book. Just know that I got it, and plan on reading it soon. Next is Furyborn. So this one looks pretty long. I don't know when I'll actually get it done. It's over 500 pages. Oh wait, no, that's the acknowledgments. Hang on, I'm looking. It is 495 pages, so I don't know when I'll get to it. It did sound really good, so I thought, oh, I'll get that. And the tagline is, "The world will fall, 2 queens will rise." So, yeah. It's about these 2 women, centuries apart. The first one's like in, not entirely medieval, but definitely like around that time period, and then the other one is like modern day, and it's about these 2 girls. So I thought, oh, I will definitely read that. So yeah. This one, The Hunting of Sunshine Girl, was actually recommended to me by my sister-in-law, but she likes the weird, kind of creepy stories, but I was thinking this would definitely be an October read. It's about this girl named Sunshine. She and her mother moved from Austin, Texas, to Ridgemont, Washington, where it's usually raining. And they move into an old house. I think the house is haunted. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, definitely I thought, oh, nobody ever seems to recommend books to me, so yeah, I thought I'll take this girl up on her recommendation and get the book and read it. The next one is How to Stop Time. It's basically about this guy who, for whatever reason, genetically, he does not age. He doesn't die. He looks the same today as he did 200 years ago. So he ends up taking a job in, I think, Oxford, England. Oh, wait, no, London, England. He takes a job as a high school history teacher in London, and he falls in love with an English teacher. And the society that protects people like him have the rule of you cannot fall in love. You can't have a relationship. I'm not entirely sure why, but so yeah. I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. It's like taking the immortal type trope and putting it into something that I hadn't heard of before. So, yeah. Now, the next two are written by the same author, My Lady Jane and My Plain Jane. This one is like the retelling of Lady Jane Grey, who was possibly the shortest reigning Queen of England ever. So, yeah. Definitely going to read that very soon. And then My Plain Jane is a sci-fi retelling of Jane Eyre. I always love sci-fi retellings of the classics, so I thought definitely going to pick that up. And the last book is Always Never Yours. I didn't particularly like this book. I didn't care for the main character. Yes, I have already read it. This was the last book I read for Booktubeathon. I didn't like it. Well, I liked like the last 5 chapters, and that's about it. The main character doesn't seem to grow as a character. She's still just as shallow at the end of the book as she was in the beginning. Yeah. It's like, at least if you're going to write a main character like this, please, I beg you, make her learn something. Whether it's through her experiences, which the experiences that she went through definitely seemed like it would make her learn something. She would figure life out a little bit, but no, she didn't. And it's very annoying, and I'm sad that I actually paid money on this book. So I'm going to be unhauling this book. Comment below if you want it, and I will get with you and make sure you get the book. So thank you. And that is it for today's book haul. Like I said, 12 books. Most of them I have not read. I've read 2. I've read 2. I have 10 more to go. I'm probably not going to be buying any more books for a while with the fact that I currently don't have a job. Hopefully I will soon, but probably not going to. My husband has picked me up on his health insurance, so at some point I have to actually go through getting the Humira that I take for the ulcerative colitis approved to be paid for through the company or through his insurance, and it's just a little bit of a nightmare each time. So yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. So, aside from that, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will hopefully have another video posted Saturday, maybe Sunday, I'm not sure. As far as what I'm currently reading, I'm currently reading The Drones of Autumn, book 4, book 4 of Outlander. I do have the physical book on my bookshelf. It's that blue, very thick book that I'm trying to point to. What you see behind me in my video looks a lot closer than it actually is. So yeah, I still can't actually reach it. I can touch the shelf, but not actually touch the book, and that thing is super messy. So I'm going to be putting these books back up on my bookshelf and reading some more, maybe doing some housework, definitely looking for more jobs. Unfortunately, most of the jobs that I've seen posted on Indeed for my area are waitressing jobs, and I do not want to go back into customer service, especially face-to-face customer service, unless it's at Disney, and I can't talk my husband into moving down to Florida. So there's that, which means I may be stuck doing something that I don't like for the next 15 years or so until I get this stupid loan paid off. I may be starting a Patreon account soon if I don't hear anything from anybody about any jobs soon. Basically, it just helps support me so that I can do this. I currently only have 5 subscribers, and I need a lot more than that to monetize these videos. So there's that. Other than that, I'm going to get off here and upload this video and get back to reading. So thanks for watching.